blowing that sound. Way on down south, way on down south, London town. Check out Guitar George, he knows all the chords. Mine is strictly rhythm, he doesn't wanna make it cry or sing. If then an old guitar is all he can afford, when he gets up under the lights to play his thing. And Harry doesn't mind if he doesn't make the scene. He's got a daytime job, he's doing alright. He can play the honky-tonk like anything, saving it up Friday night with the Sultans, with the Sultans of Swing. And a crowd of young boys, they're fooling around in the corner, drunk and dressed in their best brown baggies in their platform soles. They don't give a damn about any trumpet playing band. It ain't what they call rock and roll. And the Sultans, yeah, the Sultans, they play Creole. Creole. And the man steps right up to the microphone and says at last, just as the time bell rings, good night, now it's time to go home. Then he makes it fast with one more thing. We are the Sultans, we are the Sultans of Swing.
So I wanted to get a little bit more involved in this Republican idea that Ted Cruz has thrown out there about how Ronald Reagan saved the economy when he lowered the taxes of the upper class, which is basically what he was saying. They were being taxed ridiculous amounts. That was not really the reason that America had fallen into such a rut. The rut began when we did not allow the lower percentage of the country to have the opportunity for the education system that would have made this country still great. We failed in the most obvious place where we needed to be strong, and that was education. Our teachers were underpaid ridiculously, and they acted appropriately to that. Now, I'm not saying they intentionally did a bad job, but what exactly do you expect the people you hire to be when they're not being paid appropriately? You get what you get, and we got pretty much a borderline of average teachers. And so now we have their class in session. A class of individuals whom some believe are owed just because they graduated. Some believe that the American dream is a lottery ticket, one lottery ticket away. Those who find that, hey, isn't it nice the government pays for all this for me? Maybe this is how life should be. Many who've given up on the American dream and just decided that at least they have a roof over their head and enough money to buy a 12-pack to ease the pain of the fact that they're never going to do any better, and stop even considering bettering themselves by going to school. This is where that period of time, the Reagan era, the boom and bust that occurred, this is where the actual problem exists, and it still does today. And now it's even scarier as we get even less and less, we drop farther and farther down the chain of the top countries that educate. And until we fix that, anything we do will be undermined. You can't have a workforce that's not educated properly. You can't expect them to succeed. There's no way for them to succeed. What will happen is robots. What will happen is machines that can do a flawless job, that don't have the flaws that the American worker has, from being poorly educated, from having a poor example set for them. This is the future that will happen. I believe Stephen Hawking is very correct at this. Artificial intelligence can never be trumped as it is by human intelligence. But if that divide is even greater because of poor education and poor opportunity for education, it's even going to further speed up that process. We're not going to have a chance to reverse it if it gets sped up too fast. We're going to be falling too far behind to change that. So I'd like some opinions on this, on education. Some of you know I've tried before to ask for some opinions. I'm going to give this email address again. It's on my site, Spreaker.com, but in case you don't see it, maybe you're on through some other way, you're listening to the program. Woodward Ken, that's WOODWARDKENN @hotmail.com. Any opinion you have on the subject of whether or not there's any way we can improve our education, and whether or not you believe the lack of our educational system's success has led to several of our problems we have economically, I surely would appreciate your input here. Whenever you kind of confront a situation about the rut we're in with the American worker, that plays a huge role. Many things play a huge role, but principles, values that you brought up with, can play a huge role. And we're not just talking religious here, values, just the value of working hard and wanting to do a good job. And we're also talking about incentives to believe that you actually can start out as a dishwasher at McDonald's and become a CEO. Is that dream really still viable with the current situation we have in our education system? So any responses on that would be great, and I would definitely love to share the good ones on my next show. So this has been Patriots Watchtower Radio, Ken Woodward, and I appreciate you listening today, and I hope you tune in next week and stay vigilant and stay informed.
Kept it going till the sun fell down. You kept it going.